Most people who get bitten by dogs never see it coming, even seconds before it happens. They think the attack came out of nowhere, but it didn't. The dog warned them. They just didn't know how to read the signs. Today, I'm going to show you how to spot those signs before it's too late and exactly what to do to protect yourself, your family, and anyone around you. You'll learn real techniques used by professional trainers and behavior experts, the kind of knowledge that could literally save your life. But before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. If you ever face a real threat, always seek help from a professional dog trainer, behaviorist, or your local animal control. And if you want to understand how dogs really think and communicate, clearly, practically, and backed by science, hit like and subscribe. It helps this channel reach more people, and it might just give you the knowledge you need when it matters most. Now, let's start with the first thing that could save you in a dangerous encounter: understanding canine body language. Think of this as your early warning system. When you see a dog with raised hackles, that's the hair standing up on their neck and back. That's your first red flag. Their posture becomes rigid, almost statue-like, and you might hear that low, grumbling growl that sends chills down your spine. These aren't just random behaviors. They're warning signals that this dog is shifting into a potentially dangerous mindset. Now, here's where most people mess up completely. They panic and start looking around frantically without any plan. Instead, you need to do what I call tactical awareness. While maintaining your composure, quickly scan your environment for escape routes. Is there a car you can get behind, a fence you can climb, a building you can duck into? This mental mapping takes literally 2 seconds, but it could mean the difference between safety and disaster. And here's something crucial: know when to retreat. If you're dealing with a single territorial dog that's protecting its property, backing away slowly while avoiding eye contact is often your best bet. But if you're facing multiple dogs or a pack, running might trigger their chase instinct. Understanding this difference is absolutely critical. Technique 1. Master the art of assertive communication. All right, let's get into the good stuff. Your voice is your first and most powerful weapon. When you encounter an aggressive dog, you need to drop your voice to the deepest, most commanding tone you can manage. I'm talking about channeling your inner drill surgeon here. Commands like no, sit, and stay, delivered with absolute authority, can stop a dog dead in its tracks. But here's the tricky part about eye contact. You've probably heard conflicting advice about this, right? Some people say never look a dog in the eyes, others say you should stare them down. The truth is more nuanced. Prolonged direct eye contact is seen as a challenge in the dog world. It's like saying, let's fight. Instead, you want what I call confident awareness. You acknowledge the dog's presence without engaging in a staring contest. Your body positioning matters too. Don't square up to the dog like you're about to fight. That's aggressive. Instead, angle your body slightly. This shows you're aware and ready, but not necessarily looking for a confrontation. And please, for the love of all that's holy, move slowly and deliberately. Sudden movements are like pressing the attack button in a dog's brain. Technique 2, become the alpha. Now we're getting into some serious psychology here. Dogs are hardwired to understand dominance hierarchies, and you need to position yourself at the top of that hierarchy in their mind. This starts with what I call alpha energy, a combination of confidence, calmness, and controlled aggression that says, I'm not to be messed with. But here's something crucial that most people completely overlook. Understanding dog psychology isn't just about survival, it's about prevention. The more you understand how dogs think, communicate, and react, the better you become at reading situations before they turn dangerous. Think about it. Professional dog trainers rarely get attacked because they speak the language. Dogs communicate primarily through body language, energy, and pack dynamics. They're constantly reading your emotional state, your confidence level, and your position in what they perceive as the social hierarchy. When you understand these fundamentals, you're not just reacting to aggression, you're preventing it from happening in the first place. The good news? You can learn these skills. It's not some mysterious talent that only dog whisperers possess. There are specific techniques, observable behaviors, and proven methods for reading and communicating with dogs that anyone can master. We're talking about understanding tail positions, ear placement, breathing patterns, and energy signals that dogs use to communicate their intentions. If you're serious about protecting yourself and your family, and I mean really serious, then learning these deeper communication skills is non-negotiable. That's why we've put together a comprehensive training program that teaches you exactly how to read, understand, and communicate with dogs like a professional. Check the link in the description below. This training could literally be the difference between you being prepared or being a victim. Don't wait until you're face-to-face with an aggressive dog to wish you knew more. Now, back to establishing that alpha presence. First, make yourself bigger. Raise your arms above your head, puff out your chest, stand on your tippy toes if you have to. You want to occupy as much vertical space as possible. Think about it. In nature, the bigger animal usually wins, and size often determines who's the predator and who's the prey. Your breathing is crucial here too. When people get scared, they start breathing fast and shallow, which dogs can sense immediately. Instead, take deep, controlled breaths. This not only keeps you calm, but projects an aura of confidence that dogs instinctively recognize and respect. Whatever you do, don't show submissive signals. Don't cower, don't make yourself small, and absolutely don't turn and run unless you're certain you can escape. These behaviors scream prey to a dog, and that's the last thing you want. Technique 3. Master distraction and redirection. Sometimes the best defense is a good diversion. Dogs, especially aggressive ones, can develop tunnel vision. They lock onto their target and ignore everything else. Your job is to break that focus and redirect their attention away from you. If you have anything you can throw, and I mean anything, toss it in the opposite direction from where you want to go. Dogs have a natural instinct to investigate moving objects, and this split-second distraction could give you the window you need to escape. I'm talking about keys, a water bottle, your phone if you have to. Your safety is worth more than any object. Loud noises are incredibly effective too. Clap your hands sharply, whistle as loud as you can, or shout at the top of your lungs. This serves two purposes. It startles the dog and potentially breaks their aggressive focus, and it alerts other people in the area who might be able to help you. Don't underestimate the power of physical barriers either. That backpack you're wearing, swing it around to your front and use it as a shield. Got an umbrella? Open it up. The sudden appearance of this large, unusual object can be enough to make a dog think twice. Even your jacket can become a defensive tool. Hold it out in front of you to create distance and confusion. The key here is to create enough chaos and confusion to buy yourself precious seconds. In a dangerous situation, seconds can feel like hours, and they might be all you need to get to safety. Technique 4. Turn everyday items into protection. Now, I'm not talking about carrying weapons here. I'm talking about recognizing that almost everything around you can become a defensive tool if you know how to use it. Let's start with something you probably have in your kitchen right now: vinegar and lemon. Mix some water with vinegar or lemon juice in a small spray bottle. The strong scent and taste can deter dogs without causing permanent harm. It's not foolproof, but it's better than nothing. Look at what you carry every day with new eyes. Those keys in your pocket? Thread them between your fingers. They become an improvised defensive tool. That pen in your shirt pocket? It's a pressure point tool. That flashlight on your keychain? It can temporarily blind and disorient. Your clothing is a treasure trove of defensive options too. If a dog gets close enough, you can use your jacket to wrap around their muzzle, limiting their ability to bite. Your belt becomes a whip-like deterrent that can keep distance between you and the threat. Even your shoes, and I know this sounds crazy, can be thrown as projectiles or used to protect your hands if you need to fend off an attack. The point isn't to hurt the animal unnecessarily, but to protect yourself using whatever tools are available. In a life or death situation, everything becomes a potential lifesaver. Technique 5, becoming a guardian for others. Now, here's where things get really serious: protecting other people. If you're with children, elderly folks, or anyone who can't defend themselves, you automatically become their shield. This isn't just about being heroic, it's about strategic positioning and quick thinking under pressure. First rule, get between the threat and the vulnerable person immediately. Don't hesitate, don't think about it, just move. Your body becomes the barrier. Position yourself so that you're facing the dog while the person you're protecting is behind you. If you're dealing with multiple people, especially children, get them to move as a group behind you rather than scattering in different directions. Quick, clear instructions are crucial here. You don't have time for lengthy explanations. Shout simple commands. Get behind me, stay together, move to the car. Your voice needs to cut through panic and confusion. Children especially need direct, simple orders they can follow without thinking. In group situations, you want to create what I call a human wall. If there are other adults present, coordinate quickly. One person becomes the primary barrier while others guide the vulnerable people to safety. Don't all try to be the hero. That creates chaos. Assign roles in seconds. You handle the kids, I'll deal with the dog. The key to coordination is communication. Make eye contact with other adults. Point. Give clear signals. You go left, I'll go right. Take them to that building. Call for help. In crisis situations, people often freeze up or all try to do the same thing. Your job is to create order from chaos. Dangerous myths that could get you hurt. All right, let's talk about some of the absolutely terrible advice that's floating around out there. These myths aren't just wrong, they're dangerous, and believing them could put you in serious harm's way. First up, playing dead. Look, this works with bears because bears often attack when they feel threatened and will lose interest if they think you're no longer a threat. Dogs? Completely different story. An aggressive dog sees a motionless person as either a toy to shake around or easy prey to attack. Playing dead with a dog is like putting a free meal sign on your forehead. Then there's the food distraction myth. People think throwing treats or food will calm an aggressive dog down. Here's the problem. An aggressive dog isn't thinking about snacks. They're in full combat mode. Worse yet, they might see you reaching for something as an aggressive move. Or they might interpret the food as you invading their territory. You're not dealing with a hungry pet here. You're dealing with an animal in fight mode. The zigzag running thing? I don't know where this came from, but dogs aren't crocodiles. They don't have trouble turning, and running in a zigzag pattern just slows you down and makes you an easier target. If you're gonna run in a straight line to the nearest safe location. Soft music or trying to calm the dog with gentle sounds is another dangerous misconception. When a dog is pumped full of adrenaline and ready to attack, your soothing playlist isn't going to suddenly turn them into a therapy dog. This isn't a Disney movie. Aggression doesn't melt away with a lullaby. And here's one that might surprise you. Strong perfumes or scents can actually make things worse. Some dogs become more agitated when they encounter overwhelming odors. You're trying to de-escalate, not add more sensory stimulation to an already volatile situation. Smart daily preparation. Prevention is always better than reaction. The smartest thing you can do is avoid dangerous situations altogether through smart planning and preparation. Start with your routes. If you walk regularly, jog, or bike in your neighborhood, pay attention to where aggressive dogs live. I'm not saying you should become a prisoner in your own neighborhood, but knowing which houses have problematic dogs helps you make informed decisions. Maybe you cross the street before you get to that house, or you choose a different route entirely. Consider carrying legal personal defense items. Research what's allowed in your area: pepper spray, personal alarms, or other deterrent devices. But remember, these are backup options, not primary strategies. The best defense is still your awareness and behavior. Mental preparation is hugely underrated. Spend a few minutes visualizing different scenarios. What would you do if you encountered an aggressive dog while walking with your child? What if you were jogging alone? What if you were in a group? This mental rehearsal might seem silly, but it programs your brain to react faster and more effectively when real danger strikes. Know your local laws regarding self-defense against animals. In most places, you have the right to protect yourself and others from animal attacks, but the specifics vary. Understanding your legal rights removes hesitation in critical moments. After the storm, what to do next? Let's say you have successfully avoided or deterred an attack. Congratulations, but your job isn't over. What you do next is crucial for your safety and the safety of others. Document everything immediately. Take photos of any injuries, damage to clothing, or the location where the incident occurred. Write down exactly what happened while the details are fresh in your memory. Note the time, date, weather conditions, and exactly what the dog looked like. This information becomes vital if authorities get involved. Find the owner if possible. This isn't about confrontation, it's about responsibility. The owner needs to know their dog displayed aggressive behavior. Sometimes owners are completely unaware their pet is a danger to others. Approach this conversation carefully and consider having a witness present. Don't hesitate to contact animal control, especially if the dog seemed truly dangerous, or if this isn't the first incident. Your report might prevent someone else from being seriously injured. Animal control professionals can assess the situation and take appropriate action. Finally, consider medical follow-up even if you weren't bitten. If there was any contact or if you're concerned about exposure to diseases, consult with a healthcare provider. It's better to be overcautious than to regret not taking action later. Remember, the goal isn't to become a dog attack expert, it's to be prepared, aware, and confident enough to handle these situations if they arise. Most dogs are wonderful, friendly animals, but knowing how to deal with the exceptions could save your life or someone else's.